Team, welcome to this MyZone bodyweight workout. This is for you to get your heart rate up, and we're going to go through the zones through every level. This is going to be 12 minutes per block, and there's going to be 3 blocks. 12 minutes of work, you'll get a little rest, then we start the next block, little rest, then we'll start the next block. It is bodyweight only, so this can be done in your front room or anywhere you please. What I will say is make sure that you've got your MyZone on, make sure it beeps once, and then we're ready to go. Also, like myself, I've got my phone here, I've got my screen showing so I can see the zones. So I'm going to be talking through the zones all the way through. Are we ready? Okay, so I've got the clock set at 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. During the 30 seconds off, we're just going to get on our feet and just move our body, just keeping the body moving all the way through. Are we ready, team? Okay, bridge to start. 3, 2, 1. And getting into this position, all we're going to do is going to lift the hips up. So what we want to be feeling whilst we're in this position is driving the hips up and squeezing the bum cheeks together, so the glute muscles, this big muscle here, all the way through. Okay? And onto our feet. And then just moving the body, just moving the body. Keep the arms moving, keep the legs moving. So the next exercise is going to be shoulder touches. So we're going back to the floor. And I'll talk you through it as we get there. But I just want you moving the body, keep those arms moving, keep those legs moving. Okay, so shoulder touches coming up. Keep that body moving. Here we go, to the floor. So hands flat, lifting the knees off slightly, so the knees just slightly off the floor. And we're just going to touch the shoulders like so. Yeah, if you're confident, get a little bit of speed, but we want control of that core, okay? If that's too difficult, just hold that position there. If that's too difficult, all you're going to do is come into this position and just move the body. And back on the feet. Here we go. Keep the body moving, keep the body moving. So next exercise, we're going to do a crunch. We're going to do a crunch, get those abs working, just moving that body, keeping the arms going, keeping those legs going. So we should be in around the grey and blue area because we're just warming up the body. Back to the floor. So feet planted on the floor. All we're going to do is going to slide the hands past the knees. So if you need to slow it down, coming up nice and slow, driving those fingertips past the knees, or for those that are more confident, just ticking up the pace and coming back to our feet. Here we go, keeping the body moving, arms moving, legs moving. So that's the 3 exercises we've done so far. We're going to repeat this another 3 times. So going back to the bridge, going back to the bridge, keep the body moving, arms moving, legs moving, going back to that bridge position, back to the floor. Here we go, driving the hips up, elbows into the floor, really squeeze those glutes. Driving the hips towards the ceiling. Really good to open up the hips, certainly for those people that are sat at desks. Most of the day, just really opens up those hips. And coming back onto our feet. Keeping the arms moving, keeping the legs moving. Just keeping that body moving. Remember, we're only in the dark grey, blues at the moment, just building up. So going back to the shoulder taps. This time, back to the shoulder taps. Back to the floor. Remember, hands flat, knees slightly off the floor, and we're just going from one side to the other. What you want to imagine is you've got a real expensive tray of drinks on your back and you don't want to spill anything. My favourite drink is coffee, so the most expensive coffee. And then coming back onto our feet. Here we go. Keeping the arms moving, keeping the legs moving. Any way you want, really. I just like a little movement of the legs, a little movement of the arms. Now we're going to go back to the abdoms, going back to the crunch. Okay. Keep the body moving. Going back to the floor in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just sliding up there. Driving the hands past the knees. Keeping that tension around the abdominal area. Or nice and slow. For those that are just getting back into their exercise, just taking your time and coming back to our feet. Throwing those arms out, getting those legs going. Here we go. Nice. So, second round done, coming up to our third round. So back into the bridge. Keeping the arms moving, keeping the legs moving. Remember, in the dark grey or the blue. So we're not pushing it hard yet, not pushing it too hard yet, just warming up. Back to the floor, here we go on the bridge. Just driving those hips up. Like I said to you before, hips can get a little bit tight, certainly for the sedentary job role. Those that are sat most of the day, this just really opens up those hips, gets the glutes off firing. And coming back to our feet. Keeping the arms moving, keeping the legs moving. Whew. Just building up that heart rate. I can see my MEPs clocking up, slowly but surely. I can see those MEPs clocking up. Remember those my zone effort points. That's what we're chasing. My zone effort points. Keeping those arms moving, keeping the legs moving. And going back to the floor, here we go. Shoulder taps. So, great exercise. Certainly if anybody's had any shoulder injuries as well, it's a great rehab tool. On my right side, I broke my arm a little while ago, and this is certainly one of the exercises that has helped my recovery get back on track. Coming back onto our feet, slinging the arms out, legs out. So I don't know if you can notice on the video, but I had surgery on my right arm. Really difficult injury to come back from, but I would say the shoulder taps is definitely one of the exercises that helped my recovery for that stability element. It's great core exercise as well. Okay, going back to the floor, talking about core. Let's get back into that crunch. And then just driving those hands past the knees. Keeping the abdominals under tension at all times. Feel that burn. Certainly in the top of the abs. Here we go. 5, 4, and coming back onto the feet. Here we go. One more round. That's 3 rounds done. One more round to go before we start the next part. Next part is going to be a little bit more intense, as in exercise is a little bit more global, so a bit more functional, which means more work rate, which means more reps. That's why we're here, team. Here we go, keeping the arms going, keeping the legs going. Last round. Into the bridge. Last bridge. So driving the hips up towards the ceiling. Keeping that focus on squeezing the glutes together. You should feel that in the back of the legs and coming back up onto the feet. So you should feel that in the back of the legs and the big glute muscles, keeping those arms moving at all times. Keep the legs moving, just keep that body moving. Last one of the shoulder taps. Last one of the shoulder taps. Keeping those legs moving. Going to the floor. 2, 1. And again, like I said, if that's too difficult, just hold the position, or we're just gonna, at a pace. Left to right. Maintaining that strong core position. And back onto the feet. Arms, throwing them out, keeping that body moving. Last exercise of this block, coming into that crunch before we go into the next exercise. So I can see now my heart rate now is coming up slowly. I'm coming into those dark blues. That's why I said make sure you can see your MyZone coming to the floor so you can travel up the colours alongside me. Just keeping that tension there. Keep that tension on the abs. 15 seconds. Keeping that tension, that core under tension at all times. It's good. 5, 4, 3, and back onto the feet. And that's it for this one. 30 seconds is gonna go. Just get yourself a drink. Here we go then for block 2, team. We are going straight into a press up. We're gonna do a low plank and we're gonna do a squat. So make sure that we can see our MyZones, remember, because we're gonna work through those colours. Here we go. Clock is set. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 30 seconds of press up. So hands lowering down to the floor. If you need to go to the knees, go to the knees and press up. For those that are a little bit more confident in the press up, just a nice steady pace. We'll get that heart rate going. And remember, coming onto our feet, keeping the arms going, keeping the legs going. Next exercise is going to be low plank. Low plank. So that's on the elbows, in the plank position. Heart rate should be elevating now. I can see mine starting to creep into that blue. So during this period, we want to be creeping towards the green and coming into that low plank position. So we want to lift up, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes as hard as we can, drive the elbows into the floor. If that's too difficult, come onto the knees, same principle, squeeze the bum cheeks together and drive the floor away from you with the elbows. And then coming back onto our feet. This time we're going to stay on our feet, we're going to do a squat. So a body weight squat. So again, just go to that range of motion where you have got control. If you've got any old injuries, Just go to that range that you have control and that you have no pain. We're all right into that little bit of discomfort, but we're not going into pain if we've got any previous injuries, okay? So it's that squat. So feet to shoulder width apart, bum comes past the knees. If you've got that range of motion, yeah. If you haven't, if that's all you've got, as long as we're moving and we're getting that heart rate up, that's what it's about, right? About earning MEPs. And here we go. Definitely one of my favourite exercises for its simplicity, the squat. I can see straight away my heart rate starting to elevate straight away. And the reason being, squat uses all those big, massive muscles to really get that heart rate going. Going back to the press up, we've got a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then squeeze into that press up position. Nice, steady pace. Like I said, if you need to use the knees, please do so. Just keep that steady pace. Starting to see the heart rate elevate now. And onto our feet. Shaking those arms out. Shaking those legs. Keeping the body moving. Just keeping that myzone grooving. That's what it's about. Driving towards that blue. Elevating towards that green. Good. Keeping the arms moving. Back to the floor for the low plank. 5, 2, 1. I'm back into that low plank. It's funny because 30 seconds when you're in positions like these seems a lot longer. Just driving the floor away, tucking the tailbone under, really driving those elbows in, squeezing the glute muscles, really creating some high tension around the body, coming towards, on your feet, arms moving, legs moving, plank, again, real simple exercise. If you've got a sedentary job role, just getting in that position, every so often throughout the day, just really lights up the core, gets the body feeling a little bit more alive. So we're going to go into that squat. Here we go, feet planted. Here we go. So I'm really looking at my myzone now, and I'm trying to drive my heart rate up, trying to reach those greens, but I'm moving at a little bit more pace. I can feel my quads burning, driving through on the heels. Here we go. I can see the greens. And just jogging on the spot. There we go. 73% for me. Heart rate's elevated. We're getting there, team, aren't we? Get those arms pumping, legs pumping. And going back to the press up. Keep those arms moving, legs moving. Here we go. I can see the greens, which means 3 MEPs per minute, remember? 3 MEPs per minute for the greens. I want to keep it in the greens, so I'm going to really push out these press-ups, really keep my heart rate there. And as you can probably tell, I'm starting to breathe a lot heavier because my work rate is getting up there. I'm coming onto the feet. Yes. Keeping it in the green. Yes. That's what it's about. Good days for MEP hunting. It's a 36-minute workout. Easy peasy. Keeping it simple. Simple's always effective in my opinion. Going back to that low plank. Here we go. So this would be considered a little bit of a rest, almost, if you'd not already elevated your heart rate. So what this does, in this position, you're just restricting your breathing a little bit more, which means your body's working a little bit harder, which means, again, more MEPs. Here we go. Squeeze those glutes. 2. On your feet. Here we go. Keep the arms moving. Keep the legs moving. Deep breaths in. Make sure you get a drink if you need one. During that little bit of active rest. Here we go. Let's work hard on these squats. Only go to that range of what you've got control, but let's work hard on these ones. I'm going to be looking directly at my zone, and I'm going to work hard. I'm going to really push this. I want to elevate my heart rate. I want to be searching for that yellow. Yeah? Here we go. I want to be searching for that yellow. So I'm going to move at speed. Squats are simple, but highly effective. I'm searching for that yellow this time. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ooh. Elevating there. Elevating. Keep those arms moving. Legs moving. 77%. So I'm almost in that yellow. Yellow's 80%, remember. Keep the arms moving. Keep the legs moving. Here we go. Last round of this. Last round of this. Press ups are coming up. Keeping that heart rate elevated. Press ups, here we go. So I'm searching for that yellow. I'm really pushing hard, really working hard, looking to elevate my heart rate, looking to earn more MEPs. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, and on our feet. Arms working, legs working. Got to go into that low plank. Oh, heart rate staying at around 78%. So really working hard here. Am I going to be touching yellow? I'm looking for you, yellow. Oh no. Minute by minute, I know that my heart rate is earning me points. 3 MEPs per minute as I'm in the green. Here we go. Squats coming up next. I'm excited about the squats because I'm coming for you, yellow. Really coming for you. Here we go. We've got 10 seconds. 5, 4. Coming up to the feet. Here we go. Woo! Here we go. Keeping those arms moving. Keeping those legs moving. Last squat. Psyching myself up now. I'm coming for the yellow. Yellow's going to be mine. Here we go. Keep it there. I'm on 76%. 77. 3, 2, 1. Let's have it. Let's go. Let's go. Keeping your range of motion. There you go. Here we go. I'm going for that yellow. Driving it. I'm driving that backside towards the floor. I'm coming into that full extension. Driving my hips. Here we go. 10 seconds. Here we go. Yellow, you're mine. You're mine, yellow. Yes. Here we go. 80%. There we go. Here we go. And steady there. Stay there. Yellow's mine. Yellow's mine. Here we go. Yellow's mine. Okay, get yourself a drink quickly. Get yourself a drink. Gonna go into the next one. Next one. We've got a minute's rest. We've got a minute's rest. Then we're gonna go straight in. 30 seconds. So next one, we've got walkouts, we've got some kick throughs, and we've got some reverse lunges. Some big body movements. I've got the regressions, follow my lead. There's no hard in place. As you can see, my heart rate is elevated. I'm breathing deeply. No hard in place. Get the work done. Let's get these colours smashed. Okay. Hope everybody's got a drink. Everybody ready for the next round? 10 seconds. So we're going to start with the walkout. So we're going to start at our feet. We're going to walk the hands out. If you've got the ability, you'll take the body to the floor, back up, come back up. Okay? Ready? Last round. Last round. Let's get those yellows. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So remember, just following my lead, keeping that yellow coming to the chest. That's the first exercise. If that's too difficult, all we're going to do is just come out and back. Out and back. Okay, but if you can, take it to the chest. Get the arms up above the head. Take it to the chest. Get the arms above the head. That's it. Push onto that yellow now. We're going to push onto that yellow. There we are. And onto the feet. Here we go. Pushing onto those yellows. Keep it in those yellows. Arms boxing. Legs moving. Okay, next exercise coming up. Beast kick throughs. Not as gnarly as it sounds, but they are quite tasty. Okay. We're going to go to the ground. Similar position to the shoulder taps. So we're in this position here. Knees come off. We're sliding the backside through to touch the floor, like so. If that's the pace that you've got, then that's okay. But if you've got a bit, if you go quicker, that's the key to get those MEPs. And back onto the feet. Okay. Keep the arms moving. So staying on the feet. Keep the arms moving, keep the legs moving. Pushing onto those yellows. Pushing on. Yes. Should be on around 80% now. Our work rate should be up there. Coach is going to take his glasses off. And it's getting a bit tasty in here. Here we go. Reverse lunges. So stepping back, knee comes down, or you just, whatever range of motion you've got, but let's just do it at pace if you can. So here we go. Just a little bit of body movement in there. Just get that body moving. Here we go. Hand on the feet. Arms shaking out. Legs moving. Remember, pushing onto those yellows. Here we go. Walkout's coming up again. Walkout's coming up again. So what we're going to do, remember, walking out, chest to the floor if you can, or just keeping those arms out, coming back up, arms above the head. Here we go. Out and back, arms above the head. Out and back. We're just trying to hit those yellows as quick as we can. Get that heart rate up. Minimal time, maximum results. That's what it's about. Getting the heart rate up, moving the body, and up. And there we go. Yes. Yellows are there. Yellows are there. Keep pushing. Active recovery. Keep the legs going. Keep the arms going. So back to that beast. This time, back to that beast. So we want to be getting into that position. Arms. Get the hands flat into the floor. Knees slightly off the ground. And we're going to hit that. Coming through. Breathing. Keep that breathing. Kicking through. Good for the shoulder stability and onto the feet. Tasty exercise that. Really great for the core, great for the upper body stability. Keeping those arms moving. Here we go, reverse lunges. Arms going, legs going. Just recovering, keeping that yellow. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Large steps back. And when we're stepping back, really drive this hip forward. So you get like a secondary stretch as much as you are moving at pace. But just really opens up that hip. Like I said, if you're in a sedentary job role and you sat at a desk, great exercise to open up the hips. And shaking off, arms, legs, coming back into that walkouts. Here we go. Keeping the arms moving, keeping the legs moving. Coming towards the end of the exercises altogether. 2 rounds left. Here we go. Walkouts. Let's push hard. Let's keep those yellows. Let's push hard. Keeping those yellows. Push. Let's keep those yellows. Remember, it's 4 reps per minute in the yellow. 4 reps per minute in the yellow. Here we go. And on the feet. Here we go. Just pushing out those arms, making sure those legs are moving. Coming into that beast this time. Remember, just take your time if you need to. Set yourself. So, hands flat into the floor. And we're just kicking through. Bum comes to the floor. Arms really stabilising. Keeping the shoulder pin back. That's really important as well. And onto the feet. Tasty exercise. Really good exercise. Keeping those arms moving. Keeping those legs moving. Really starting to feel that heart rate elevate. Pushing towards those reds even now. So remember, there's no difference between yellows and reds as far as points are concerned, but it's very difficult unless you're very unfit to push into those reds. I always found it quite difficult, as obviously I'm a PT, so I've been doing this for quite a long time, so the engine is pretty greased. So pushing into that red I always found quite difficult. Keeping those arms moving. There's only certain types of exercise I really see my heart rate shoot right up. Last round. Here we go. Here we go. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Keep that pace. Keep that pace. Last one. Keep that yellow. Keep that yellow. Keep searching for that yellow. On the feet again. Here we go. Last beast. Last beast. Let's really hit it hard. Keep those arms moving, legs moving. Really push, push hard. I want to see those yellows. Here we go. Let's go. That's it. Really go for it. Don't leave anything in the tank. Go for those yellows. 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's go. Keep it going. Woo! Working hard there. Yes. Reds is on its way. Reds is on its way. Here we go. Last exercise coming up. Keep those arms moving, legs moving. Keep that heart rate elevated. Here we go. Last exercise. Remember, only go as far as you've got control. Last exercise. Here we go. Last 10. And here we go. Okay. All I'm going to say here is keep the body moving. Walk around the house or wherever you are. Just swinging your arms. Really trying to help the core temperature drop down. Legs just really steadily helping the heart rate come back to normal. Do this for about 5 minutes. Get yourself plenty of water, electrolytes if you've got some, and thanks very much, team. Well done.